Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the SLS. This is Season 1, and it's Game Week 12. I think we've been a little bit confused with the numbers recently, but mid-teams haven't played 11 maximum. This must be Game Week 12. Anyway, let's take a look at that table and see what's going on. Sound is working, so all is well. I can see Scott's in the chat. Good evening. I've got my chat working on my screen now as well, so that's even better. Yeah, I just get myself set up on here. Anyway, you can see the table. We've got big time Belfast leading the way, and it's close, isn't it? Green Pat Rangers on 25, the Draft on 23, Portrush dropping a bit back on 20, and that big gap back to Antrim, who have 2 games in hand still, because they've got really joined that top 4 if they keep going, especially with David Welsh on his form that he's on. WC Stouts and Shillelagh's on 12 and 11 respectively. Then the bottom 3, Ballycastle with a cushion back to Sandborough FC, and Glebe it is who are bottom of the table. I'll just let you take in the results for a second while I just finish doing a quick job I've got there. They're the results from last time out. Okay, so yeah, last time out, Antrim had a great victory over Stout. It was 5-2. David Welsh scored 4. In fact, he had a wonderful match, didn't he? Single-handedly taking the victory. Big time Belfast were other big victors. And then in the match between the top 4 sides there, we see that Portrush and the Draft drew 2-2, which kind of had an effect on both their seasons. But I suppose you could say it wasn't a defeat, so not too bad. We look at the team of the week in the first division, because I'm going to the first division, this is where I've been based. Look at those players in there. Tommy McDonald, Matt Pick. Sorry, yes, it's the players that we can see. They've done a good job for the updraft. And Cookstown, not one player in from Dromore last time, but there's the table. Dromore lead the way, having taken a defeat though in their last game against Cookstown. Cookstown has really closed that table up. Down below, Cliftonville doing their best impression of a decent team, 6 points clear of everybody else. Fixtures for today in that division: Cookstown versus the updraft is massive, and Linfield versus Dromore. And in the Premier, do we have any matches between big sides? We've got top versus bottom in big time Belfast versus Glebe, Antrim and Green Pat Rangers, Portrush versus Samba, the Draft versus Shillelagh's, and WC Stout versus Ballycastle. So let's see where it takes us. It's going to take us first of all to that WC Stout versus Ballycastle game. However, we'll play Dromore versus Linfield first because it's a Division 1 game, and we'll also play that other Division 1 match between the updraft and Cookstown next up. A slight change to the team. Kudre's been offered a new contract there. We've got Kutuzov moving back into midfield after last time. A couple of games in attacking mid hasn't been his best, so he's in. Mark Kerr is out and on the bench. It should be last time these played each other. It was 4-0. David Redraw, or Red Raw, whichever one you want to call him, there is our referee for today. And there's 2 Morgans, 2 Murphys in that team. Wouldn't mind a couple of Murphys, to be honest. At this point tonight, it would be quite a nice, refreshing thing. Let's have a look and see what goes on. We've had some strange results with Dromore. Usually the Cup has been their Achilles heel, but they are still winning games in that. Kutuzov just putting it just wide. Not a lot going on, but there he is, back into his position, and he is scoring. Having the chance to score another one there as well. It's 2, and there's Pavel Brochek scoring. Nothing for Sigalko yet, but he has just hit the post. And approaching half time. Comfortable. Not a lot going on. Gorman, I think it was, just put one wide there. It probably wasn't Gorman, probably was Morgan, but who knows. Looking like it could be a third. It's Christian Kivu scoring. And they've had 3 assists so far as well from who have we got? Cole, Sigalko, and Brochek. Half time. There's no point making any changes at this point. Things are going well as they are. Okay, on with the second half. Sorry, just a couple of little jobs that I need to sort out while doing this, but we're all good. Sigalko's put the ball just wide. He's on, I think, 73 goals from his first 15 this season, so you probably will probably with another 5 or 6 later in this match. But it's turned round to Linfield having a couple of attacks at this point. Subs are on the way. Not reinforcements, but just changes. Changes afoot. Brosek's going to come off. He's on. Might as well give him a little bit of a break there. Kerr just going to play in the attacking midfield role. And Joe Cole will come off. So Rovniko will get his time on the pitch. Can they make it 4? Last time around, like I say, it was 4-0. 4 seems to be a common score for Drumore. And they're really trying to get this goal, but saves, plenty of saves from the goalkeeper. He's doing a good job, to be honest. There's another chance there. Alan Manus. Oh, of course, Alan Manus, probably one of the best goalkeepers to play domestic football in Northern Ireland for many years. So, can he keep them down to just 3? Maybe. Or says there, Sigalko with a tap in from a save. But 4-0. And there's 4-1. We get to 4-1. Drumore do get that goal. And we can see that Sigalko takes a man of the match. Is that 6th this season? Yeah, he's 6th league man of the match this season. Keeps himself well above 9 average rating. And yes, a little bit of a walk in the park for these in this match. We'll take that result. Okay. So as I said, we'll go over to the other game in Division 1. We've got Castle Clear, the updraft as they're known as well. Their team today changes. Imar is out, David Dunn is in, and it's Diarra and a Daisy were at the back last game. It's Brown and a Daisy this game. So is there a reason Jonathan Woodgate's missing out? Just sort of average performances, I guess, or maybe trying out somebody new. And Ike Casillas has been playing pretty well this season, it's got to be said. Michael Owen was on recent form. It is a big game, Scott. It definitely is. This really, especially after the win for Drumore, they need to be up there, don't they? Cookstown, they're keeping faith with Charisma being in the team, even though he's listed for loan. I suppose if the action comes for him, then all is well. Is that an unchanged lineup? It looks unchanged. Yes, I would say that was. It looks like a very, very strong side as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what this game brings up. Len McLennan is the referee for this one. Early start. Cookstown. Oh, Torres has hit the bar. What a great opening minute or two that could have been for Cookstown. But down the other end, Michael Owen with a chance to score. It seems very end-to-end. Owen has just missed the target. And I suppose this one is going to keep swinging. 2 very, very strong sides. 2 sides who obviously need to be battling for that top 3. Only the top 2 have a chance of going up first, automatically second via the playoffs. And there are only 3 teams really in it that have a chance to do so. But any slip-ups, the updraft are winning this game. But of course, they had a slip-up previously and always won all immediately. So Robbie Keane cancelled out by Lazzy the Strand. Any lapses of results can be costly in this division, especially to those lower sides. It's 2-1 and Michael Owen scores yet again. Prey not having the best game so far. Shot-wise, it's 9 shots to 8 on there. And let's have a quick look at see what's going on for these. Any changes for you, Scott? Nice one. Scott is sharing that link with Mike. Fantastic. So with who's going to be watching this game. Mike Wazowski is coming to watch the action today. I've heard that there might be another manager coming to watch as well, so that would be great. Wes Brown's at 79, just to let him know on there. Could be any sort of scoreline here. This is very, very tight. No one standing out. Palmo Khan actually performing the best. He's been having a great season. I think it proves that it doesn't really matter what position he's in. If he's in the right sort of team, he can play well. And he's only going to get better over the time, isn't he? Mr. Alessandro for Hersey. And he's going to switch with Ezequiel Gonzalez. I mean, that's been a common change there to have Gonzalez going further forward for the latter stage of the game. Not necessarily the second half, but the latter part of the match. For the updraft, will there be any changes? The manager says, play on. Okay, lovely. So here comes our second half. Early pace has been set by the updraft here in the second half, but now the ball coming forward, and Torres, I think, he hit the bar again. Down to the other end of the pitch. And I think, Gonzalez, he definitely has hit the woodwork there. More chances. A very, very tight match at the moment and clear. Other than Casillas, all 6s, 7s, so average, but they are winning. And Wes Brown, 76% as it is. He did start the game at 80 though, so there's no reason to be too concerned there. Any changes, Mr. Manager, Mr. Jimmy O'Fell? Yes, Mr. Manager, here we are. Good evening, Asaurus. Will there be any changes for Castleclear? And will there be any changes for Cookstown? That is magic. It's fantastic. Any changes? Let's see the conditions for Cookstown. See everyone being okay, everyone looking alright. Changes afoot. Or even changes a big toe. Who knows? Play on from Castleclear. I think there may be a substitute coming for Cookstown. And will it be Mr. Huntelaar? He has been on before, but then again, Gerard has plenty of action. Huntelaar has 2 sub appearances. It's Swap Gonzalez and Robin. Gerard for Mendes de Silva. And add an arrow to attacking mid. Happy days, all good, just let me know. But that looks right to me. It's that profile there. Sebastian Frey this season has been on good form. Today he was letting himself down a bit, but he's certainly coming back into it now as the match is finally poised. 2-1 it is to the away side. Magic. Lots of magic tonight. Fantastic. All well and ready to continue with the second half. Alessandro Gerard, it's been a yellow card, so Prutton and Daisy are both in the book. Owen missing the target. Gonzalez coming back again, but it does seem that the attacks are a bit more potent when the updraft come forward. But Cookstown pressing for an equaliser. They need to make sure they get as many chances as possible. Gerard, it was with a shot. It's been a good save from Casillas. Keane, he's missed again. They should have been doing much better. Daisy has dropped to a 5. It's Wes Brown who's on form. Really close to the end of this one. Done with a chance. He may try to make it 3 and he could not. Ball forward again. Gerrard taking down D'Alessandro will shoot, but no. And then back down to the other end of the pitch. One final chance. It's Robin. He's done it. He proves he scores late goals in so many games. That is amazing. What a result that is for Cookstown. And really, I mean, you couldn't separate them. Look how many chances there were for both sides. That was a very, very good game. A great advert for Northern Irish Division 1 football. So many free kicks. And look at that. 23 throw-ins. No wonder we had a great game there. Reminder, Robin it was who took man of the match. Quite a few eights in the end. Livened up. Casillas had done a great job. But I suppose his 9 saves were not quite enough. And the 8 saves for Frey as well. That was a good game. Let's see where it takes us into the top division. It's Portrush versus Samba. Samba, who last game were taken apart really. They just keep faith with Mondragon in goal. Changes. Ivan Cordoba is out, isn't he, for this one? I think, if I remember rightly, he got red carded, didn't he? Carlos Camara is back into the team, whereas the rest of it is unchanged. This is going to be a good one. And Portrush, who don't take too many shots, it must be said. They've made a change to their lineup today. In fact, leaving Captain Mendieta out of the team completely. I haven't even picked myself a captain, which, yeah, I'm going to leave it to the gaming gods. So that Paul Scholes is in for a debut. Not even been on the bench yet this season, I don't think. And he's going to be starting in place of Mendieta. Yeah, he's not going to have the arrow at this point. I was thinking about it, but nope. Just waiting for the return of Ndai from suspension. Otherwise, the team is looking kind of how it should be at the moment. Toldo is back in goal, of course. Yeah, Vito Bayer dropped for this one. Totti to captain. Bort Ross refereeing. And 2 great-looking kits there. Samba in their away one against Portrush. From the Simonton Arena, a quiet start, but some broad starts. There's Vrisas. I think it's about 8 league goals for him this season. Scoring plenty. Kamara taking a yellow. Not great for him, because he does get himself into a bit of trouble, that man. Forward again, looking for a second. Tomasi's been doing well there, but not quite getting enough. It's definitely been more Portrush pressure than anything else. But forward comes Pizarro, and he's absolutely missed a glorious chance. Vrisas it was who scores a second. I think that might have been a bit of an error from the goalkeeper. But he's looking for a hat-trick, and Paredes has made it 3. And Cerna is now into the book. I think he's been playing very well this season, Cerna, since he's come into the lineup. But today, not so much. Seems a little bit outdone in midfield. Vrisas coming close to a hat-trick, but not quite. As any of my teams are awaiting a first hat-trick, I think. It's 1 for Paredes, 2 for Vrisas, and 3 for Portrush. Half-time, very dominant. Very dominant in the air, let's say there as well. Conditions-wise, we've got an 83 from Montano, who has a potential thigh injury, but this is performances. I'll take it into the screen here of a few players. Carlos Camara, Mauricio Serna, and Julio Cesar Enciso, all on 5s. Enciso is a surprise. He has been really positive this season for them. Guigo is on the bench. I wouldn't be surprised to see him coming on. So bad. They're not playing as well as they could do. But then again, they are playing this Portrush side, and it must be said that the top teams are definitely a cut above, and that was the whole point of when it was looking at the experiments. I like the Samba team though. I think there's some real positives in there. Mondragon, to say he's conceded 3 goals, has made 3 saves as well, but almost scored an own goal, I think, as well. Must add with that one. Vrisas and Paredes on 9s at half time. And these big changes moving forward, will there be any big changes moving forward now? Or are we holding on for Elizabeth? It's Guigu for Cerna, and it's fallen for Pizarro. There we are. imagine we're going to continue from there. I'll stop the game if I see any messages coming up at that point, but usually you pop everything onto one message. So I will go for that. But if I do see anything else come up, I'll stop it immediately. No changes of port rush. Second half kicks off, and immediately chances, and there's a goal. Pulling one back is Ivan Hurtado has scored. Frisas has missed, so I don't think we'll be having any changes to Guig, who's into the book now. Veron had a chance. They are looking much more positive now. Samba, will they get a second? Or Recoba? It's a good save from Toldo. Toldo played one game, then was dropped. Vitor Bayer played, but after a bit of a dodgy week, Vitor Bayer has been given a bit of a rest. Montano is 78, but we knew he had a thigh problem at halftime. The ratings have definitely improved for the majority. Montra got up to an 8 now. Cuevas and Recoba coming forward. Recoba has looked like a bit of a live wire. See if any changes will be made there. For Port Rush, they will play on. We get the message there. Frisas is knee injury. The next game is a week away, so could afford to risk that, to be honest. And we're going to see the change of Totti coming off for Mackay for the last part of this game. Okay. It's gone quiet for a little bit. Probably what Porter's needed. And Frisas Zambrotta it is who scores. Zambrotta making it 4. Paredes up to a 10. Oh, and now we've lost Tomasi. Right, so at least if we got Njai back next game, that won't be as big a loss. But Milevski it is who's going to come on and replace Tomasi, who is down and out. That will be a loss. Just under 10 minutes to go. Can they push for a 5th, or will there be another one to break the scoreline down to just a 2-goal defeat? There it is. Yes, it's Diego Forlan. He gets a goal. And final whistle is there. 10 shots to 7, 9-5 on target for Samba. They weren't too bad. This game had very few offsides compared to other matches. Paredes, it was with a goal and assist, plenty of tackles. A 10 out of 10 as man of the match. Frisas scoring to make it 9 league goals for this season for him. Because I've never ever used him in the league, in the game ever. Well played, Scott. Yeah. To get 2 goals there, I think it's a good reflection on the performance of Samba. To be honest, they look fun. They might be frustrating, but they look pretty fun. We go to the manager with his 2 teams up against each other, Castle Leprechaun and we've got Castle Draft, of course, with 2 teams at different areas of the table. Pinga, just clear up for me, Mr. Manager. Are people like Pinga and Sonk and things on intensive training schedules, or is there something just inherently wrong with their conditions at the moment? Tell me the question. Stephen McPhail is in the middle of midfield. I think he played last game. I think he did play in the previous one. Yes, he did. Pochettino was man of the match in an important win for them. Drozdov will captain the side. If you want to change your captain, just let me know. I suppose you would be happy regardless of the result in this one. Because it'd be like your big little teams can beat your big teams, or your big team can keep up the pressure. So for Castle Draft, going with Roberto Carlos and Giggs, Emerton and Ortega in those positions. They're all in the same, yeah. I wonder if they just played a few reserve games that have been really close up. It's a puzzle as to how they've never really caught up with everybody else. There must be some kind of reason behind it, because there's about 2 or 3 of them in the squad. 3 forwards. Figo still wants to be transfer listed, and Nesta is taking a new contract offer. I'm sure he's going to accept that. So David Belt refereeing this one. Good luck to the manager for both his teams. You get 6 points from this one. Well, chances a foot there. Pochettino taking a yellow card before getting his man of the match later on, of course. Carboni has put the pressure on Nesta. Nesta has been pretty unflappable this season. It's dangerous. It's 1-0 and Pinga has pingered one in. It's 1-0. Roy Keane, I'm pretty sure it said it was a dangerous two-footed challenge. I think he should be off. Shevchenko has pulled the goal back. I will check that at half time, and I'm pretty sure Roy Keane should have gone. And Montella turns the game around. 2-1 it is to the Draft, and what a moment it could be if I've seen that correctly. That they've come alive since that moment, almost like an aggressive attack to do something. Let's take a look before we do anything else. And yeah, a dangerous and poorly timed two-footed challenge on Benny Carboni. Dangerous. That is, his cards are mounting up this season. It's a 4th yellow. He's already been sent off once. Everything looking okay apart from Giggs on 86. And Pinga has only dropped 2% there, but he's looking at the best player there. Stephen McPhail, Tim Flowers on 5 out of 10. Any changes? Obviously, I'll work out which team's going on which one, Mr. Manager. Scott, who's going to win this game as a neutral? What are you thinking? Because I'm pretty convinced the Draft have got it now. I don't know. Is Keane going to last the match? Yeah. As I just said at the beginning, I don't know if you quite heard what I was saying. I've got a feeling this is round 12 now. We played round 13 last, but this is the first time that a team is playing in a 12th match. I'll do it that way. McPhail for Mister. Let me see the formation. Do I have to? Yeah, of course I will. McPhail for Mister. There we are. We're going to go to an attacking mid or two up front, or is Mister just going to do the Van Nistelrooy style run to the striker from that position? Pinga and Mister would be quite the I suppose the difference between smashing one at the target and putting one off target. Move Mister to the left of Pinga. Would you like them like that, or would you like them centralised like that? Mr. Pinga. Sounds like a kid's program, doesn't it? Just to confirm that you want them symmetrical. Arteta, of course, back in the team for a bit of a run. He's not had the best of seasons, but this is what it's about. It's about giving those players a chance and working out are they actually genuinely ready for that. Central, of course. Now, with some of the interesting formations I've seen, can't take anything for granted. Just to check that you are done for the draft as well, because it is both your teams. This is a halfway point of games for tonight, of course. This one takes us to that bit where we've seen both games in there. Retract with the strange nothing else for either. Wonderful. It's 3. It's Montella, and the Draft are definitely heading right up that table again, putting themselves challenges for the lead. We go to Montella gets the hat trick. That's a good one for him, isn't it? 4-1. Tim Flowers 4 for him. Castellano was so Was I right in seeing that Castellano had played outfield for one game? I completely missed it if he did. Um, just a bizarre little moment in there. Will there be any changes for these? I'll also flick it to your other side. That's the same one. And the draft. Look at those. Look at the difference between the teams here. Everyone looking absolutely fine. If I'm Giggs on 81. I suppose it's time to put Desai on that left wing. Just let me know about both teams and I can crack on whenever you're ready with those. Castellano for Elenic. You're actually going to play him outfield again. Must have been that impressive out there to give it a go. Keen for Desai. Keen for Desai. Yeah, I think that's probably the right thing to do now. And we run to the end. 4-1 it is. Hat-trick for Vincenzo Montella, who is, of course, keeping that pressure up on the top. So he may even be top scorer now. Yeah, he will be probably now. There's his 10th. He goes top. It's his 4th goal of the game. 2 players this season have hit 4 in one top division game. Pinga gets a second for him, so it's 5-2. And Castellano smashes away from Tim Flowers' mistake. Comes back to defend his stablemate. 5 minutes left of this one. Shevchenko with a chance. A save from Flowers. He's gone up to a 6 with a couple of late rescue efforts for his team. But Altonovel, of course, 5-2 it is. And Montella's 4 takes him to 10 goals and puts him top of the pile. Lots of chances, but not as many as we've seen in some other games. 92% headers won compared to 8 for their opponents. Put some respect on David Wilson. I did say David Welsh. Well, I did say there was another goal scorer who got 4 this season. It is David Welsh, of course, who's still to play tonight. So let's see how they get on in there. It's a great game, that one. Big time Belfast versus Glebe. Glebe without Lopez Ricarte, who is missing following a red card. Other changes. Well, Volosianko and Usain are looking like a decent sort of pairing there, but Carhan is back, and I think the only way to do it is to put him in. He is a much more defensive player than his position for this game is suggesting, but why not? And it's Miroslav Milivoje Čirković who's coming in for a debut today at right wing back. Rabis Andritano is back to pair up with Rochan, and there's plenty of adaptations to the team. But just got to try and find, is it any way back? But they are playing top of the table away. Just need, obviously, you can't say they need a run of decent games because everyone plays the same teams 4 times over the course of the season. Zidane wants a new contract. And he wants £1 million as well. Big time Belfast looking absolutely tremendous at the moment with Henri Batistuta up front. Nicky Franco has been the recent star, 10-8-10. 6 goals in his last few games, including a hat-trick, the first hat-trick of the season. Looking forward to seeing how these get on. Good luck. Scott Eddie Jordan refereeing from beyond the grave. Early attack, Thierry Henry, Danilo Aceval making the save. Another one I've just plucked out from nowhere and given him a go. Never had him on a save before, but he looked like a kind of player that might suit me. Doing alright, doing okay, but definitely the chances is he's having to deal with a lot because Belfast are really on it. Nobody looking lively for Glebe at the moment. Just got to keep holding out for as long as possible, but then again, losing 1-0, you might as well lose 4. They've got to get forward. Hussein has taken a yellow card. The screw is being turned from Belfast, but is it being turned enough for chance down on the other end? Diop with an effort, but I don't even know if they've got a proper shot yet. Nope, they have not. So it was just a playing the ball forward. 4 shots, 4 on target for Belfast, but no breakthrough goal. Not the best of stats for them either. Great defending there from Walter Samuel, as we probably come to expect. And over at Glebe, they're going to continue to the hour mark without any changes. It's definitely a game that has held back a little bit. As the changes are likely to come in from Belfast, Zeriberto is on the bench. He's not played very much this season. Lee Bowyer back in for first time in a long time. I've seen and Del Vecchio has been getting little bits of chances here and there. It's Lizarazu is coming off for Zeriberto, and that's it. And that's it for both teams until the hour. I always go to teams playing against me because I can do my teams afterwards, of course. It's a penalty and Nikiforenko scores. He makes the breakthrough. Khan, oh, it's disallowed. Thought they just got himself back into the game straight away. But no. Well, it's livened up. He's livened up. Nikiforenko needed to liven up himself. Got to be said. A check through fitness wise is good. Ratings to Ram. He's not going to come off, is he? Is the only one who's not playing quite as well as he could do at the moment. There's Batistuta off and Del Vecchio on is a potential, but yeah, just nothing really going forward from Glebe in this one. Check on things, and Shatskik isn't really doing all that much. But who is there to go on? Up from Jordi Cruyff playing up front? Not sure. Let's just do it. Let's just put Jordi up top on his own instead of Shatskik. And I think that everything else could probably stay as it is. And there will be a change. It is Del Vecchio for Batistuta. It's mean Batistuta has kind of played about an hour of most games recently. So, Khan's now on a yellow. So there's definitely some pressure coming on this. And Taram, he wasn't playing so well. He gets his first goal and suddenly he shoots right up there. Kufor with a poor chance for Glebe. I think it's definitely going to form. Harry Kuehl makes it 3. And a comfortable victory. Here, Kufor pushing it wide. He's not having a good game at all. Late chance. Oh, he's hit the target. Finally. But Petit and his man of the match. Harry Kuehl flirted with a 10 but didn't quite make it. An 8 out of 8 on target with only 1 for Glebe hitting the the goalkeeper's gloves. And even then he still got a 5 out of 10. Excellent performance for Belfast. It was just clinical. It did what it needed to do. Not the best return for Robert Santana, but I think Glebe, like Samba, have lots of work to do just to avoid being 10th. I've got a feeling 9th and 10th will probably end up going down this season. It was a strong effort for 70 minutes, but 70 minutes isn't quite enough, is it? Cannavaro has been offered a new contract and received the Green Park Rangers. Klomper was in last game, but Cannavaro is now back from injury. They look a good side, don't they? Look very good, very positive. Gadavi's in a good leader's role in there, and really found a way to play Ronaldinho and Collins together. And for Antrim, last time out, they won 5-2 against Stout. Welsh up front, having scored 5. We seem to have 5 subs for Antrim, not because they're in the cup, of course. So I would assume that Mbia, of course, the answer to the what is it? I can't remember what it is. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems, isn't it? Welsh with 12 goals in total when he scored 7 in the cup to add to his 5 league goals. That's definitely a cup bench. So all is looking good there. Pirlo in, but still awaiting the chance to play Okocha and Pirlo together for a lot of this season. as it's gone through. So Antrim versus GPR. Dennis Taylor refereeing, and yeah, see if you can avoid the reds and yellows this game. Early chance for Welsh. Barthez making the save, and a yellow for Holovko and for Davids. Oh, plenty of cards being shown already. Collins has just missed the target. This is looking like it's going to build up to be a bit of a cracker between a side that's looking to reach the top four versus one that's looking to try and win the league. And it's Ronaldinho going with the stronger side, taking the lead. And he scores a second in quick succession. So it looks comfortable now. Davids, it wasn't nearly getting a third. Is all okay, Mr. Manager? Just seeing your little face there. I think I need to have a little sip of this beer while I check the halftime stats and get ready for subs. It's 3 shots with 2 on target for Antrim, 6 with 5 for GPR. Scott, you've got no real concerns. Agostino's on 82, so he's a potential foot injury there. And over at GPR, you've got an 80 for Zanoni, so just let me know if there's any substitutes needed at this point. Okay, I'll leave it on that screen. Chance to see if any changes are afoot for either side. I think I've said changes afoot a few times, and it's not a phrase I'll often use. As is. Are we as is for both managers? Do we know? Interested in seeing the high chick in a team getting a run of games. I know his performance in the first half hasn't been up to his usual standards, but he has looked very, very lively so far. Looking like a player that we want to see more of in the league this season. All good, no changes. The message comes through fantastic. So, 60 minutes. A quiet start to the second half. And Constantine that's leading first of all. Still nothing really happened at that point there. For GPR, 71 now Zanoni and 79 for Dede. Part of that is, whoa, that's one of the lowest staminas I've seen from him. He's on a level with players like Weil Rayad and Jamie McMaster on this save. And for Antrim, I've really never seen that stamina for him before. Yeah, Agostino, Makovsky, their ratings wise looking pretty good. Well, actually pretty average, aren't they? But they're playing against a team that are much, much stronger. I think we may see, I don't know, one for each team, maybe. Van Nistelrooy has come off once or twice this season. Crespo has been on the pitch, but I mean, I'll be looking at Zanoni coming off maybe for Tudor. And leave it from Scotto, and it is Tudor for Zanoni. The other change. That's the wrong team. Can't do it that way, can I? Zanoni off and Igor on. Lovely. That will be the changes. Or the change. The one change. Ball play for Ronaldinho. We're looking for a hat trick, but Chilavert makes the stop. And then Dalmar is going to get through in 90 minutes. I don't know if he did last game. I haven't updated the stats from the last match yet. Actually, I think I have. It's the third, though. Edgar Davids with the goal. Ten minutes left. Lots of yellows. 5 for GPR, but they they look like at times they might have to break sweat, and yet they've taken 5 cards. It's 6-0. It's 4-0, and it's Ruud van Nistelrooy with the finish there. And 4-0 it is at the end. 5 shots with 2 on target, 12 and 10 for GPR. Antrim looking tired, looking very tired at the end of that game. A real run around. If they've got a cup game in midweek, they might need to make plenty of changes. And for GPR, and they've also, worked up a bit of a stamina loss over the course of that game. Goal and assist for Van Nistelrooy was a highlight, of course, in amongst Ronaldinho's double. HWC Stout versus Ballycastle. So for Stout, Eleftheropoulos just wanting to move, just like other goalkeepers do there. Constantinou and Kesman up front. We've gone for this looking lineup here. Abdul Hafiz has played every match so far this season. I think probably every minute of every game. And really Taribo West has been that kind of player who's done the same there. Looking forward to seeing how these get on. They're up against the Ballycastle side who have made changes because they keep getting players coming in and out from the lineup. Changes wise, this game, Smertin is back from suspension and he comes in, and he's in for Lysands, who drops to the bench. Kaluzny is in for Semak, is moved forward. It's Kinkladze who has dropped out for this one. So see how this goes. Good luck, the manager. See how things go. Herbie Crust refereeing this breezy, wet occasion. Early attack forces Thomas Repka into a yellow. You do not want Repka to be booked that early in the match. Played forward, Poborski couldn't get his cross to anybody. He looked like he was going to create a chance, but it wasn't quite good enough. He's done it again. He's at the crossbar. I don't think it was a shot. He's hit the bar. Stout. Kaluzny has come off, and that's already a bit of a loss in there. Giowan is going to come on for Kaluzny, and Smertin will move further forward. Yes, cannot seem to hold Kaluzny in the team at the moment. He seems to have hit a bit of an issue. He's on his 3rd injury of the season already. A thigh, a shoulder, and now a thigh again. It's no opportunity to get him playing by the look of it. So Gear went on for a debut. And really this game is looking drab, for want of a better word. Half time, nothing much going on at all. Looking at the shots, one apiece with nobody hitting the target. This should have been left for last on match of the day. Is it the last game? Have we got anyone else still to play? That might be it. It really isn't the game we all wanted to watch. Just a look at the team now, do it from that view as well, for you to have a little look at what's going on. A check on the Ballycastle stats, 10%. Yeah, sometimes you'd rather have 0 on that. And at least you know what you got to do when they're on 0. Got to find a pulse and work from there. But at 10, there's all sorts of things that could be an issue. Gear one's come on and got a 7 at least. That's something. Long ball for Destouten. Long. And of course, long ball would make more sense, and direct would make more sense with the team playing this formation. Not much to report at all, and still very little to talk about. Played forward, Constantinou with a chance, a save from Liberta, and then Semak. Sergei Semak has scored. It's the opening goal of this one. Finally, a goal. And condition-wise, things are looking alright. It's 6s for Kesman, Dulyai, West, Jorovic, and of course that was Taropoulos, who's been having a great season. Kesman, yeah, he's living up to what I expected. I didn't expect a hat trick on debut in a 10. I expected him to be much more like he's doing at the moment. Any changes? Will there be a second substitute for these? They are winning 1-0. Nikolai and Lysands are the subs. Yeah, it's a case of both teams playing to the finish here, barring any more reds and injuries. We've seen an injury, but not a red card. Smertin, of course, moved forward. Oh, it's an offside. Constantino equaliser. So that joy that they had was short-lived. Another warning, but no card. Referee doing a calm job as it is. When he looked like he was really setting what was going to happen early on. Kesman has equalised. There, talk him down. There he gets his goal. And Constantino turns it round. You cannot legislate for that. Ballycastle take it apart right at the end. What a finish for Stout. Well played. 87 and 89. Oof. Full house there to see it. In fact, 2 of the 3 chances they had. Oh, that's going to sting. But yes, look at that. You got some late performances there to Tradza getting man of the match. Well played to WC Stout, and really Ballycastle. Then they just need those players back to boost them. It's sickening. It's an interesting one, but you know these things do happen, don't they? So a quick check of the classified results. Antrim 0, Green Park Rangers 4, Belfast 3, Glebe 0, Potters 4, Samba 2, The Draft 5, Shillelagh 2, and WC Stout 2, Ballycastle 1. That's the entire top 5 winning in this round. And yeah, you can see the bottom groups just starting to really find their way in that. Samba with a 4-point gap up towards Ballycastle, who if they don't win, they lose. The only team in the division who have yet to draw. Over in the first division, Cliftonville 1, Glentoran 3, so Cliftonville's run comes to an end. Coleraine 3, Glenavon 2, and Cookstown 2, the Updraft 2, Distillery 1, Crusaders 1, and Linfield 1, Drumore 4. That sees a 4-point gap for Drumore at the top of the league to the Updraft and Cookstown, although those two have played each other twice already. If it's just Drumore to play, let's have a quick look. So let's find out when the next games are in different divisions. We've got Saturday kickoff there. We've got Wednesday for Glebe versus Antrim. And we've got the Cup, not that Cup, the League Cup with Coleraine versus Drumore. Yeah, realistically, I don't have any more time to play right now, to be honest. I've got to call it a day, but I could get it done a bit later on, but it's not something I can do right now. I'll get it offline. But yeah, some interesting games going on. Next time around, fixture-wise, Drumore play Crusaders, Glenavon versus Cookstown, and the Updraft versus Linfield. In that top division, after Glebe versus Antrim, we go to weekend games of Glebe play Ballycastle, Portrush versus WC Stout, Samba Antrim, a big one there, and Shillelagh versus BT Belfast. But there, up at the top there, we've got Green Park Rangers versus the Draft. That is the big game of the round. That is for sure. Quick look, team of the week, there wasn't one. And in the first division, there was. Don't know what that's about. But Kivu, Said, Sigalko, Joe Cole, and Casillas in lovely. Okay, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be back with you soon. Goodbye.